We are back at the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, leading up to the 2025 NFL Draft. A-plus mock drafts for each and every NFL team. Jeremy, it is time to talk about the Atlanta Falcons. The question's already been asked.
Pass rusher. I'm going to do that literally. The only thing that matters. The only setup to Atlanta is pass rusher. For the love of God, find somebody that can hit a quarterback.
Just go get you a pass rusher. The question was asked like 18 times in our YouTube stream. Will they take a quarterback again this year in the first round? Because, I mean, they just like planning for the future. So,
well, I mean, the odds of them taking a quarterback in round one are only slightly less than they were last year. So
that to me was the highlight. That was the highlight of the whole trip to Detroit.
Oh no, Buddy's Pizza was the highlight to the trip. Come on now.
Sitting on Radio Row, and the pick came down, and everybody just turned to each other and went, "What just happened?"
I swear to you, I thought Roger Goodell said the wrong name.
It derailed the entire room. Hundreds of reporters scratching their heads, going, "What did Terry Fontenot just do?"
I remember there was a guy sitting across from us from El Paso. I do not remember his name, but he was one of the radio guys with ESPN out there in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And he mouthed something to me that I cannot say on the show because it was a little vulgar.
It was the reaction we all had. And then ended up, it wasn't, I mean, they used him, right? They needed him. Kirk Cousins was awful. And Michael Penix came in at the end of the year and started to look like he could be something this coming year. Question is, can they make that offense run better? And can they get a defense that can stop anybody? So with the 15th pick in the first round, what edge rusher do you have them taking?
I originally had Mike Greene, and I don't think that's really – I don't think they're going to do that. So I went James Pierce Jr. Now, I did this to highlight something. I think James Pierce Jr.'s door opens at 15. It could fall all the way to 47, and it has not one thing to do with his tape. It's all about, is he coachable? Is he a character red flag? All of those things. I like the fit with James Pierce Jr. better than I do with practically any other team. I know Red Sea doesn't want to hear that, but it is true.
He's hoping he lasts one more pick to his team at 16.
Oh, well, I think he's really hoping he lasts to 47, which is on the board. I refuse to believe that. I can't believe any smart team is. If he gets Philadelphia at 32, he's going to be an Eagle.
No, most definitely. There is zero shot that Howie Roseman would pass up on him if he was still available at 32.
He's just such a high-level pass rusher, and most of the things that you can really ding him on go away if you're planning on standing him up.
So after James Pierce Jr. comes in and will be the next failed experiment at edge rusher for Atlanta.
He'll be the greatest one they've had since John Abraham.
No doubt.
That being said, that's not a really high bar.
Exactly.
John Abraham's a super high bar. If you're better than whoever it was before John Abraham, this is an A+ mock already.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of the show, John Abraham. What up, John? At 46, I'm adding a 5-tech because the 5-techs on this team are comically bad. Okay. Morgan Fox and Rook Orahoroho. You remember trying to pronounce his name last year? Wasn't that fun?
Rutro?
Rutro.
I like Rutro.
Uh-oh.
Not as a player, just saying his name is fun.
Rutro is one of the more fun names we have. Landon Jackson, to me, could become a plus pass rusher, but even if he doesn't, he's so good in terms of holding up against the run, and he's a
Mm-hmm.
physical freak. I mean, that combine workout was out of this world. That was actually the guy that introduced me to Washington because Logan Paulson was sitting behind me, and he and I just kept going, what is happening right now? Nobody that is that big should be that physically gifted. He also looks exactly like Ryan Reynolds when he played Deadpool in the X-Men movies.
Really?
It is, when you see it side by side, it is.
Now I have to look again. Because, I mean, I've got the picture in my, I guess, kind of.
Oh, you stop. Kind of.
Kind of.
You stop it.
I mean, they're hairless. That's the that's the comp. Like,
well, I mean, that is definitely part of the aesthetic.
It is. Yeah. Okay.
Landon Jackson's been a roller coaster ride for me. I've had him as high as in the first round. I've had him fall out of the second round. I think he settles about here in that 45 to 50 range.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then the Atlanta Falcons take some time off. They got to go get some coffee or something. Maybe a meal or two.
Maybe some coffee.
Maybe they'll order some Bears Smokehouse barbecue or something.
The Falcons making copies.
And then 118. That's their next pick after picking at 46.
They had this guy in for a top 30 visit. Willie Lampkin. I know he's the Tank Spencer special of this class.
He is.
Center, guard, interior offensive lineman from North Carolina. Go ahead, Tank. It's your guy.
I mean, he's a itty bitty guy as far as his height goes, but he is not itty bitty the way he plays football. He will get after. And I'm so proud of my Lilliputian brethren.
You're what?
If you're going to be a smallman, then you need to at least come with the fortitude and the strength to be able to hold your own against big defensive linemen, and he can do that.
He's 5'10" and 3/8. But I will tell you, and this is one of the strangest things I've ever seen. He is not a member of the itty bitty middies committee. Even at 5'10", he is. I'm telling you, he's built just like Tank. He's got 10.5-inch hands.
Mm-hmm.
That is ridiculous for a guy that's 5'10". I like Willie Lampkin. Just an absolute bulldog, just bull in a china shop. He came to the Senior Bowl with bad intentions. He had a chip on his shoulder, and he was super feisty. And the more I watched it, the more I fell in love with it. And now I can't get away from him going to Atlanta here at the beginning of the fourth.
Okay, now I feel like I can explain it. Lilliputian is a small person. Just so you know.
Hey, you, whatever it is that
I'm a wordsmith, man. I'm a wordsmith. Next pick for the Atlanta Falcons, 218, so they got to wait 100 picks to the next one.
Malachi Moore, safety out of Alabama. When you don't have a ton of picks, you do have to take a couple swings, and I do that with two secondary guys here late. Mm-hmm. Malachi Moore has second to third round talent. The problem is he is an absolute train wreck off the field. I mean, this may be one of the biggest off-field red flags I've ever seen. I have not met one person that when Malachi's name doesn't come up, they roll their eyes.
Oh, Lord.
This kid is so immature. He does not get it. I mean, I told you the story about the scouts' take on Malachi Moore. If he came to pick up my daughter, somebody ain't making it out of there alive.
Yes, I do remember you telling me that. All right, and who's the other secondary player you're taking at 242?
Jason Marshall Jr., corner from Florida. The tape on him was not good this past year, but it had been better in the past. I'm not going to say I'm a sucker for this. I am more forgiving of a bad season when there are extenuating circumstances, and I felt like that kind of happened to Marshall this year. So, I mean, I'm not going to invest high-level capital in him, but if you can get the 23 tape out of him instead of the 24, he's a really good value at 242. I had him just outside the top 100 after summer scouting.
Wow. All right, we'll take a break here in this Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400 A-plus mock drafts. Will round out the NFC South when we come back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.